Let's talk about what consent is or isn't. Let's begin. Are you ready? Consent is a clear and enthusiastic yes, an active and voluntary and verbal agreement, and a process and a conversation. And it is extremely important to remember that consent can always be withdrawn. Why should I talk to my kids about consent? Communication, respect, and honesty are the building blocks of healthy relationships, and consent is all of those things. Teaching your children about the skills of consent can help reduce any kind of sexual coercion, harassment, and even assault. When we teach kids about consent, we help them learn how to express what they want and don't want. We give them the tools to express their limits, and we teach them that they deserve to be treated in a respectful manner. Teaching consent also means teaching kids that it's just as important to respect others' limits and wishes. We teach them that their friends have the right to say no and yes, and have that be respected. It is never too early to talk to your child about consent. Talking about consent can start at any time, and it's never too late to begin that conversation either. As early as age 1, we can begin teaching children that no and stop are important words and should be honored by children and adults. We can teach even young children that they have the right to have their no and yes respected too. The more you talk about consent, the more normal it will become. So talking openly and respectfully with your friends and partners will become second nature. Here are 2 ways that parents can show young children that we respect their limits. The first way, ask your child if they would like to play a tickle game. Listen for a yes, and if your child says stop, stop and wait for them to invite you to play again. Another way is if your child does not want to give a hug or a kiss to a relative, offer them an alternative rather than forcing them. So, for example, say your child doesn't want to give Uncle Joe a hug. Instead, just say, would you like to give them a high five instead? Okay, but how do I show my older child that I respect their limits? You can begin asking kids for their consent in so many different ways. One example would be texting your child, can I post this picture of you on my social media? Their response, yeah, I guess. Thanks for asking. While they may have seemed annoyed by the fact that you were asking them if you could post a picture of them on your social media, they secretly really love the fact that you ask. So remember, for consent, it's ask, listen, and then respect. And if you have any questions, reach out. We're always here to help guide parents in any way we possibly can. For more information about Mission West Virginia or our Healthy Relationships curriculum, visit missionwv.org or give us a call today.